Hello, welcome to the Northwest Parkinson's Foundation Yoga for Parkinson's. I'm Renee. This is my service dog in training. He may get up at some point. He's still in training. This segment I like to call warm-ups because I tend to do them in the mornings when I first get up or after some off time. It covers sort of full body wake up, alert, let's move now. So it's a good thing to do. You can do it before you do another set of yoga. Like I said, I tend to do it in the mornings and after off times. So you can be seated on a chair or on your mat. The chair just brings the floor up. So we do the same work. So let's go ahead and start with some movement. We're going to circle our shoulders. We're going to bring our shoulders up to our ears and let them drop back behind. Big exaggerated circles. And while you're doing it, see if you can notice what's moving. If your shoulder's moving in the socket, maybe it's stuck. We're not judging, we're just noticing. Notice if your shoulder blades are gliding on your back or if they're kind of stuck, like they're glued on. Just noticing. And then we're going to change direction, squeeze your shoulder blades together and come up and forward. And we're just noticing how things are moving. Trying to wake them up, get the fluids going. And let that go. Go ahead and add our neck into that. So we're going to sit nice and tall. And whether you're on the chair or on the mat, you want your ribs over your hips so that you're not leaning forward or to the side. So you can line your ribs up over your hips. And then go ahead and separate them away from your hips. So you're lengthening up. Notice that your head's not tucked or sticking out. It should be in that sort of bobble spot where it's easily bobble. And from here, take a breath in. And when you exhale it out, when you think you're exhaled it all out, squeeze a little bit more out. On the inhale, let's go ahead and bring our arms up, overhead, and back down. And lengthen up again. Drop your chin down to your chest. All we're doing here is opening up the back of the neck, that space between the head and the heart. Make it nice and open. That's it. On an exhale, just focus on what's going on in the back of your neck. And the next inhale, sweep your chin over to your left shoulder. Back down to center and exhale. Inhale it over to the right shoulder. Exhale it down. One more time on each side. Go ahead and come back to center. Let's drop our hands down again. We're going to reach one arm up and just notice what's going on. Notice what's moving in your shoulder. Notice if you have to lean over to get your arm up. If that's the case, see if you can sit on even on both sitting bones and lift that arm and just have the shoulder do the work. If there's any pain or it catches somewhere, come down before that. So if it caught there, I'd want to go down to there. And then start again, see if it unlocks it. Let's do the other side. We're just seeing where warm-ups are a lot about checking in with yourself and what's moving, what's not. So let's put that together. We're going to cross our hands over our heart. And then we're going to inhale, sweep them up. Reach, reach, reach. And then on exhale, open them up. This is greeting the sun. This is a sun salute. Inhale, reach up. Exhale and back down. Cross in front of the heart. And inhale, back up again. Exhale, open. Inhale, reach. We're going down to one more. Crossing our heart. Reaching up. Exhaling, open. This time we're going to bring our palms together down to our heart. I got the shoulders warmed up. Let's go ahead and get our rest was warmed up. My dog just expanded himself, so I'm not really having a lot of room on my mat here. He has more room than I do. But let's just go in circles, and then we're going to change direction and go the other way. You move back a little, buddy. Yeah, can you move back a little? He's very relaxed. Let that go. Let's place one hand on the side of the mat or the side of your chair for support. I'm starting with my left on the mat, and I'm going to turn the right palm out and sweep it up. And when I can't get up anymore, I can't reach it up anymore, I'm pressing my sit bone down into the floor or the chair. But reach up, and I can't reach up anymore, and then go ahead and reach overhead. You can bend that elbow on the left and let that arm come in. I mean, make sure you're not coming in front. You want it overhead, like your biceps along your ear. And reach. Feel that lengthening along the side body, opening up between the ribs. Help us breathe a little more fully. Inhale that back up, and then exhale it down. Let's switch sides. So we're going to switch the right side supporting. There's an ear in the way. And then we're going to turn our left palm out and sweep it up. Reach, and then overhead. Leaning over to the right. And let that come up and around. Go ahead and walk your hands forward. If you're on the chair, you can hinge forward and walk your hands along the floor of the mat. If that's too far to go, you can put a block or a bolster and just reach your hands down in the bolster. If you're on your mat, then just walk your hands forward to wherever they get to. Keeping those sit bones on the mat. And wherever they get to, just go ahead and lengthen that back. If you're on the mat, you'll feel, and if you're reaching forward from the chair, you'll feel that stretch in the back and the stretch sort of underside of your arms, upper arms. And then we're going to walk that back up. If you're seated and you're cross-legged, we're going to switch legs. Whichever one's in front, put the other one in front. Which feels really weird because we always sit the same way. But this, and we're going to walk forward again. On the chair, you can just go ahead and walk forward again. Hinge forward again. And then walk it back up. Let's kick out. I'm out of mat because my dog is taking the whole thing. Aren't you, buddy? Let's reach out through the heels. If you're on the chair, come to the, don't be quite on the edge of the chair because this, you don't want to do a face plant. But we want to be close to the edge of the chair. And then reach your legs out straight, heels, reaching out through the heels. And we're going to start with our straight back. Sometimes when you're sitting on the floor, you can use the wall as support to make sure your back is nice straight. Because we're not rounding the back at all here. We're going to reach out, palms together. Inhale them open. Exhale them closed. Reach them up. And then we're going to hinge at the hips, keeping our arms alongside our ears. Just hinging an inch or two. And just feel that lengthening in the back and underside of your legs. Waking them up. Doing these warm-ups. Back down and exhale. Do that again without our arms up. So we're just going to hinge forward and just until you feel that underside of your legs. We're not trying to get anywhere. We're trying to lengthen the underside of our legs. If you're feeling it too much in your lower back, sit back up. Let's get a little twist in there. Where on the chair, you can cross your legs. Sorry. And if you're on the mat, you can take your foot and put it over on the other side of your knee. I can show you, but the dog's in the way. I can turn probably and show you. Yes, buddy, don't move. All right, so you want your foot around the other side. You still can't see it. There we go. Put your foot on the other side of your leg, of your extended leg. So my left leg is bent. So I'm going to take my right arm and wrap it around to hold it up. My left arm is going out. I'm going to sweep it around and follow it with my gaze until I get to the back. And I'm going to use that for support. On the chair, you can have your hand on your thigh, opposite thigh, and you're doing the same thing, turning your hand on the back of the chair. We're going to lift up on an inhale and exhale. Keep your chin in line with your chest. So exhale, you're going to turn the hips. Next inhale, lengthen up, then you're going to turn the ribs, and then the shoulders, and then have a look at that back hand. And let's uncoil. And we'll do the other side, if the dog lets me. We'll put our foot on the opposite side, or you can cross your legs if you're seated. I'm going to grab that right leg with my left arm, reach the right one out, and with my gaze, I'm going to follow it behind me. And it might land on the dog. No, it's landing on the mat. Lifting up and letting the hips turn back, and the ribs, and the shoulders, and have a look. Uncoil that. If you're on the mat, you can bend your knees. On the mat and the chair, you can go back to your knees bent and your feet flat on the floor. And we're going to reach out into a T. And on the chair, you're just going to give yourself a big hug. We're going to give ourselves a hug on the mat too, but we're going to go underneath our legs and hug our chest into our thighs. So inhale, you can reach out. Exhale, give yourself a big hug. Let's get back into just a seated position. Something that's just comfortable. These warm-ups got some movement going. Just see if your mind's eye can go through your body and see what it feels. If it feels any certain parts feel lengthened. Maybe they're happy to move. Maybe they didn't move. Think all the body parts that moved. Take a deep breath in through the nose. Have it go all the way down to the base of your lungs. We stop here sometimes. See if you can push it all the way down to the base of your lungs. Your belly should stretch out like a puppy or a baby. You see their bellies when they're breathing. Ours should do that too. Let that belly come out. Fill all the way up to your fill up all the way down, all the way up to your collarbones. And just pause for just a moment. Sip a little more air in. And then a nice even exhale. Next inhale, notice what's going on in your face. If your eyebrows are stitched, if your cheeks are tight, or your lips. I get zipper lips when I get tense. So notice if your lips are zippery. And then take a breath in. And you have your lips closed very lightly. We're going to exhale through our lips in this horse's breath. You need to get your tongue in there. Notice how puffy they feel now? I love that one. Do this more with our face. Let's go ahead and massage our forehead. If there's any tension there. If you feel like your eyebrows are stitched together, go ahead and just like massage them away from each other. Tap down your cheekbones, down your jawline. Let's do a few facial exercises. We're going to make a big O with our mouth and wrap your lips around your teeth. And stick your tongue out. and waggle it. Now we're going to blow some kisses. Puff your cheeks. Have a ball in your cheek, and you're going from one to the other. Fishy face. Smile. Let that smile fade. Take a big deep breath in through the nose, down the throat, all the way down into the full lungs. Big full breath. Exhale it out. Nice and even. And when you think it's all out, pause for a moment and then squeeze a little more. And inhale, drop your hands down to the side. For an inhale, sweep them up. Press them together. Bring them down to your heart. May the sun shine upon us, love surround us, and peace fill us. Namaste.